Hello and welcome back to the 20-Sided Realms podcast. We are so happy you're here. We have an excellent episode prepared for you today. Episode 4 of our Waterdeep storyline. It's going to be great. Thank you for sharing this. We love it when more people can hear what we're doing here. If you haven't shared it with someone, please do. If you do have access to iTunes, hop on there, give us a 5-star review. That helps us get this out to more people. We want to spread this around. Okay, we're going to jump right into a quick recap of last episode and then get right on to the show. Let's go. This person seemed to take some interest in the four of you and was watching you rather closely. They very stealthily get up and leave through the front door and make a right.
Finish the drinks, lads. Finish up. We gotta go.
Chaz, I'm going to go outside and try to keep eyes on this guy. You got to get these two drunks out there. I'll see you in a second. And I scamper on out just outside the door.
Dolan, get down here. Get down here, Dolan.
I'll like, okay. I'm going to get on that second story and look in the windows.
Okay. So you stealthily clamber into the window and are on that second balcony overlooking the main floor of the warehouse. Dark forms jump out from the hiding spots as your sword bites into his feathered flesh. He cries out, "We surrender! We surrender!" You head towards the back, kind of look towards one of the Kenku. They shake their head up and down in a yes motion. You open up a door and you find in there a man tied up and gagged.
There's someone back there. I'm just gonna go lie down on this under this box and just close my eyes for a little bit. You guys got it.
You don't look so good, my friend.
I had worse.
Okay, let's go. He'll sleep it off.
No, can anyone help our dear friend? I unfortunately am not much of a medic.
I didn't pay attention in that class.
Yeah, not with this crew.
All right, Dolan. Well, we'll check on you as soon as possible.
I'm just gonna take a short rest. Right? A short rest.
Kavan,
Okay.
why don't you carry him like a little baby so he can save some energy?
Yeah. Kavan, just help me into the room, please.
Okay, hop on my back.
I just give him my arm like this.
Kavan is surprisingly gentle, and you, I am assuming, are going to open up the door where the bound and gagged man was returned, or still is, rather.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you open up the door, he quickly starts mumbling through his gag.
Oh my gosh, you poor thing. I run over and undo the gag. But I don't untie him. Let's see what he has to say.
Thank you. You can't imagine how terrible it is to have the gag removed and then placed back into one's mouth almost immediately afterwards. Are you here to set me free or to torture me some more?
Depends. Who are you?
The name is Renard.
Oh, hey, what school do you go to? I go to Neverwinter School. What about you?
Oh, I did do a few years at Neverwinter School for boys who don't want to be loved by their parents.
That's the one. Oh man, did you know Professor Tiddlywink?
Oh yes, Professor Tiddlywink. Is he still there?
I'm not sure how many survived. He's probably still there. Yeah, his classroom is completely gone though. Completely gone.
Oh well, that's good news. Thank you. At least I've heard some good news today.
Renard!
Professor Tiddlywink's classroom is no more.
I put up my hand for a high five, but then I realized Renard is all tied up, and I just kind of put it down again.
Renard,
Well, oh yes.
you sound pretty relaxed for a man that is currently bound. Do you find yourself in this situation often?
Oh, no, I can't say that it's happened too often, but I also believe that one needs to maintain a certain air of calm, regardless of what situation they're in. Because when you panic, nothing can go well. I don't remember the colloquialism, but this is a lovely conversation. I would enjoy it so much more if I was perhaps not so bound tightly.
You know, guys, this guy, he doesn't like Professor Tiddlywinks either, so I actually think this guy might be like a pretty cool guy. And if, a friend of Floon is a friend of ours, right?
Yeah, son. A friend of Floon is a friend indeed.
I don't know how that saying goes either, but it sounds right. I say we untie him.
Hey, we're looking for Floon.
Floon.
Ah, yes. Dear Floon. He was here earlier with me. The two of us were apprehended together. I believe, unfortunately, that he was mistaken for myself. Floon, he's a striking young man. I can't blame them. We're both quite handsome. The people that apprehend us weren't the brightest.
Who took you?
Yeah, good job.
Who took Floon?
Well, I can't be completely certain, but from what I've overheard, I believe it has something to do with my father. I am quite certain that these thugs were agents of the Zentarum.
Zentarum is like the Harpers. It's like a right? Isn't it like a organization, like an NPO, non-government NGO, non-government?
It's certainly a vast organization, mainly dealing with criminal activities. I would say that they're probably one of the largest criminal organizations on the Sword Coast.
So I would know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
To Xanathar.
No, not actually. The Zentarum are, I would say, opposed to the Xanathar Guild is a more of a local thieving criminal organization here in Waterdeep proper, whereas the Zentarum, their reach spans across the realms.
Well,
There's like in the Forgotten Realms, there's these organizations who are not governments, but they're very widespread and they have a lot of influence. And like the Harpers are one of them, the Zentarum are one of them, the Red Mages are one of them. So
Facebook's one of them.
They're kind of like, Facebook's one of them. Yeah. So like, this is, I don't know. I don't know exactly what you call them. Like an organization,
a fraternity.
A syndicate?
No, we have fraternities. Yeah, no, I got that. Yeah.
Yeah. And they all have their own plots and their own agendas, and they're all trying to get things done.
Yeah, they got like a house, and they have parties, and like they drink a lot, and little rituals and stuff. Yeah, no, I got that. Yeah.
What if we take Renard to these guys and we make a trade?
Uh,
Shh,
oh, here's
Kevin, talk a little quieter, Kevin.
I would be opposed to that. But I
They made a
am
mistake. We'll fix it.
absolutely. I think that we will fix it, but we need to find where they took Floon and free him. For I am not one to leave a friend in need.
Here's the
friend
thing, boys.
in need is a friend indeed. You guys learn that?
I think I heard that one, yeah.
Okay. Well, sorry. Well, what were you saying,
Well,
Penny?
here's what I'm thinking: is we still have yet to decide if we want to untie this fellow.
Oh, we should definitely untie him.
No, hear me out. I'm all
Okay.
for kindness. You know that about me. But also, he is our biggest bargaining chip to get Floon back. How can we make sure? Do we trust that he's not just going to run away as soon as we untie him? Because we need you to complete our mission to get your friend back.
So, am I to understand that you were actually looking for Floon?
Yes.
Well, this is wonderful news. I am one of Floon's dearest friends. So it seems that our missions will coincide. They have a convalescence. No, that's not right.
A coagulation.
Yes, a coagulation of sorts. They shall
Blood brothers.
shall become the scab that will heal this terrible wound.
Can I do a perception check on him to make sure I believe that he cares deeply?
That
about
would
his
actually be under the realm of insight. Give me an insight check.
friend? All right, here you go.
Excellent. 17. That is more than enough.
Yes.
You don't know why, but your gnome intuition is telling you that this man is speaking the truth when he says that he was one of Floon's dearest friends and that he truly all he wants is to get Floon back. You believe him.
Yes.
There's no deception in his voice or his eyes, and you are confident of that.
I sense you're a good, true friend, and with that, let us set you free. And I'll untie him.
Is he wearing any purple?
Yes, he actually has a purple handkerchief in his vest pocket. It's one of the first things that you notice when you first open the door.
Now, Kavan is still dressed up in the ridiculous purple outfit, right?
Oh yeah, well, I mean,
Okay.
well, ridiculous. I'm not going to put that kind of.
Yeah.
I think it's a lovely outfit.
Okay.
I
You
think
guys
it's
all
great.
liked it. You guys all picked this. I didn't want this. I did it for you.
All right. Now listen.
Yes.
Your friend, actually, I don't know if he's your friend. He's definitely the other guy's friend. Zolo has hired us to find your friend.
Oh, Volo.
Volo. Is it
Volo's
Volo?
another
Zolo?
good acquaintance of mine. It's
Volo?
with a V.
The V.
Volo.
Volo. Well, Volo was worried about you guys, and he hired us to track you guys down.
I'm sure he's more worried about Floon than he is for me.
Why do you say that?
Oh, listen, we are friendly, but we've had our differences of opinions. But mainly, I'm a little harsh on his writing, and I think that can strain a relationship sometimes. But I just think he could do better.
Sloppy, slapdash. I understand.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody can ride a horse as good as other people.
That's
Yeah,
an
true.
excellent
Riding.
point.
Yeah. His
Good
riding.
job, Kavan.
Yeah.
Well, I am enjoying this conversation terribly, but as I said, I believe I was initially taken by the Zentarum, but there certainly was another group that came in, an altercation. I'm afraid I wasn't privy to much of it. I was tied up and knocked over, and it all happened behind me, but there was certainly a kerfuffle, a scuffle, and that point is when the mistaken identity occurred. They took Floon assuming it's me, because, well, I don't know how well you know my name, Neverember, but my father is a bit of an important person. I haven't spoken to him in years, but I'm quite certain that this whole debacle can be traced back to something that he has perpetrated.
So this skirmish that happened when the second group came in, and then did that happen here? We're in the warehouse right now.
Oh yes, indeed. Here in the warehouse, they pushed me back into a corner and back into that little closet that you found me. Kept me tied up as I was, and that's the last I heard of them until you four came and rescued me.
Well, what's with all these bird people?
Yes, I believe that they were part of the group that came to apprehend us.
Okay, because I mean, the fraternities I know about, we don't let in bird people.
Well,
Nothing.
yes, I mean the Neverwinter School for boys whose parents don't care for them quite that much has never been one to let in. Listen, we could just say it. They're a bit exclusive, and
There
I
weren't
wish they
even
were a
any
little
bird
bit
people
more
out of school. Yeah.
Yes, I wish they were more inclusive. That was probably one of my biggest complaints of the organization.
Hmm.
Why I've never donated to them since graduating.
Right.
Well-
I'd bet if it burned down, no one would bat an eye.
So our job isn't done, guys. The pay, we can't get paid for delivering. No offense, this guy. 'Cause
Oh
that's
no!
not
I
really-
doubt Volo would have lifted a finger to
So
save me.
so what were you guys doing? Just getting drunk and gallivanting around town?
No, it was just
Maybe in the
enjoying
wrong
myself.
area?
Ah, well, I wouldn't say it was the wrong area. It's lovely down here. You meet the most peculiar of people.
Okay. So this isn't the guy we're looking for, and I don't know what more information he can give us.
Well,
Uh,
could you give us a sworn statement that Volo is dead, or Floon? Could you give us if you could give us a sworn statement that Floon was killed in action? We can all get 10 gold out of this.
We get more than that.
My young friend, I would never do such a thing.
Okay,
I am
okay,
many things,
Just asking.
but I am no liar.
I could probably give you like 5 of my share. You know.
I'm afraid that gold is not one thing that I need. What I need is friendship. And we are wasting time. But
yes, exactly. What can you give us to help us find your friend?
He's coming with us.
Yeah, come with us.
Come with us.
let's ask these birdmen where they have taken him.
These birdmen don't have much to say.
Well, we can try.
Well, we can try. We can try.
He picks up just like some a spare piece of wood from a crate and pokes one of the kenku and says, "I say now, where have you taken my dearest friend?" And the kenku, in a whiny sort of voice, "No time to loot the place. Just get him to the boss." Very well. Where is your boss? Xanathar sends his regards.
So, is Xanathar your boss?
I don't know if that's the right thing to say.
Okay. So you guys work for, I can't even think of the damn organization's name. What's the
Zentarum?
Zentarum?
Yeah.
Zen-
What is it?
Zentarum.
So do you guys work for the Zentarum?
All three of them, they shake their beaks back and forth in a no
Okay.
fashion.
Okay.
Do you all work for Xanathar?
Xanathar sends his regards.
So, you know what? These guys might be lower level guys.
Follow
Maybe
the
they're-
yellow signs in the sewers.
The sewers. I remember the sewers.
They all shake their heads up and down.
Oh, boy.
Follow the yellow. Then they all three in unison say, Follow the yellow signs in the sewers. At that moment, one of the doors from the warehouse is kicked in,
Oh no.
and a large group of well-armed men in Waterdavian livery
Oh, good.
all file in. And one of them, walking slowly, but with the air of command, takes the lead. They all have weapons drawn. Several of them have crossbows pointed at the now 5 of you and the Kenku. And with a gruff voice, one of them introduces himself. Well, name's Sergeant Kent. Got a call. There's been a bit of a disturbance here. I'd like you all to... Okay.
That sound emanated right around Sergeant Kent.
Several of his men kind of chuckle. All right, you. Points around. Hey, he lifts his sword and points right at Renair and says, "Why am I not surprised that you're right in the middle of this, Renair?" And Renair says to him, "Oh, Sergeant Kent, why, it is just delightful to see you. As you see, I've been enthralled in a bit of a kerfuffle here. But I have to say that these 4 fine people that are surrounding me have nothing to do with it. Indeed, they were here trying to free me from my current situation." "Well, is that right?" He looks over to the 4 of you. "Well, what do the 4 of you have to say for yourselves? What's your business here?"
Oh,
Go. You go ahead. I insist. Young man wants to speak. Let him speak. They say.
well, we're just helping out Renair here. I think we might have been doing your job, actually. We work for gold, if that's okay.
"Oh, adventurers. You had the look of you. Certainly, it is okay, as long as you keep the blood off the streets."
Follow-up question. There's a dead Kenku over there. Is it okay if we cremate him? Is that what you do with dead
Listen,
beasties?
we'll handle that part.
Well, I mean, I'd be happy to help. I cremate. I cremate.
Listen, I believe that we would like to take him into custody. As you know, even the dead can speak. There are protocols that we must follow. But he now addresses this to Renair. Am I to believe that these Kenku here that are bound were part of your kidnappers? Renair chimes in. "Oh yes, most definitely. There was quite a kerfuffle here. It seemed to be some sort of intertanglement between the Zentarum and the Xanathar Guild. Yeah, that's what we thought. We've been watching this place for a while. Zents have been keeping this as an outpost. There's definitely something broiling in the streets."
I'm sorry, Sergeant. My name's Dolan, and so you're saying that this was an outpost that the Zentarium was using?
Oh yeah, they were using it. It seemed that they were getting goods passed into the city through here. We've been just keeping an eye on it. Like we always say, keep the blood off the streets. Well, blood's starting to flow out into the streets whenever these gangs start to get an itching and fighting, and that's when we gotta step in.
Yeah, as you should.
There were bodies earlier today on the street.
Indeed, there was.
Who were they?
Well, I'm very sorry, young man, but I don't believe that's any of your business.
They had
It's
tattoos
best
on
not
their
to
face.
meddle in criminal matters. Leave that sort of duty to the watch.
So, our feathered prisoners here, they might be a little difficult to communicate with, but if I'm understanding the situation correctly, they work for Xanthar. And
Oh, you don't say.
who do you guys work for?
Xanathar sends his regard.
and something happened here. But regardless, you know what? We saved a good citizen of Waterdeep this very evening.
Yeah,
Right?
Dolan, you said your name was.
Yes, sir.
You look quite pale, sir. Do you need to sit down?
Yeah, I tried to sit down at least 20 minutes ago, but we had to talk. So,
Listen,
do you have anything that can help me? Do you guys have? I'm not feeling great. A tincture for my wounds here.
Yes, isn't your job to help the people? Help the people.
We could sit around here, maybe build a little fire, and give Dolan here a short rest.
Well, but now, do you vouch for these adventurers? No, indubitably. They are soon to be my newest friends, I imagine.
All right.
Very well. Steve, come here. One of the soldiers walks up. Kent just reaches into his pouch. He pulls out a small vial that has a cork in it, sealed in wax. Kent then rips the cork off.
Smells like dog turds.
Gives it a sniff. So, oh boy. I think this one may be past its prime, but it'll probably still do you all right. And passes it to Dolan.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to pour it on my wounds rather than drink it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one way you can do it, right? Or do you have to drink a healing potion?
Yeah, you got to drink it. Listen, if you're just going to pour it on your body, I'll take it back. Those things ain't cheap.
I thought I thought you could put a healing potion either way.
Listen.
Okay, I can help. I cast minor illusion on it, so it looks like a bread bowl at least.
Oh, perfect. Oh, yeah. A bread bowl that smells like dog turds. Okay, here we go.
It's going to cause permanent damage to one of the things you love.
Yeah. How many hit points do I get
It will
back?
restore up to 10 hit points if you imbibe it.
But if I put it on my wounds?
0.
It'll sting?
Actually, I have 8 hit points.
Hey, can I get one of those too? I'm not hurt. I just like the way they taste.
Listen, we're not a charitable group.
I'm actually hurt. I'm actually hurt though.
You look fine to me.
I'm not hurt. I just want to drink one. Can I have one, please?
He said, "Please."
Listen. All right, but then
maybe I'm a little hurt. Yeah. Just a little hurt.
He will produce another corked vial to you and then ask you kindly, now, I do thank you for what you did here, but I would suggest you go home, stay indoors, and I must stress this again. Please, don't get embroiled in this. There are things going on here that probably are a little bit above your pay grade.
Oh.
How much gold do you guys make?
That's a little bit of a personal question, ain't it?
Yeah. I made 10 gold today. Is that more than you? Or should
it
I
looks
go
a little
work
like
for you?
I mean, I made a little bit more a day than that, but geez.
I'm going to do an insight check. I want to do an insight check on that because I think he doesn't make that much gold every day. Here we go.
He's a captain too, right?
That's a 12.
The sergeant.
He probably makes more than that.
But he's got a wife and kids.
You see a lot of the soldiers are kind of like, 10 gold. So like, all right. Listen, you four, I want you to scurry along. Now remember, not all the watch captains are as nice as me. Keep the blood off the streets. Keep your nose clean. He points at Rainier and leave this to us. All right.
I'm gonna speak in Sergeant Kent's mind and say, "The sun is set, but the raven speaks."
The hell does that mean? Who said that? Okay, I've had quite enough of you. I'm a pretty nice guy, but I'm about at the end of my patience. Go on,
All right, now that I got a spring back in my step, let's us and our new noble friend, let's vacate because we might have a few things we need to talk about.
We need you.
Oh, quite. Kent, last thing, Renee, make sure that you're available to me. I might have some questions for you tomorrow. Oh, of course. Hiatus, I will be available.
Bye,
Go
Mr.
ahead.
Kent.
That's the few, the proud, protect, and serve. Some of the finest people. They're all criminals. You know that, right? When we're out of earshot, I'm going to say, they're all really actually criminals. All the guardsmen.
Oh no, not that one. Hiatus Kent, he's actually a pretty good dude.
Yeah, well, I bet you he's doing something that he's trying to hide. Trust me, I know.
Well, aren't we all at some point? Except for maybe this one, and he pats the large Kavan on the back. I feel like this one here is an open book. Well,
So you're
enough of this
saying,
dilly-dallying.
well, you're saying that you think that there's something that your father might be involved in that went sideways, and that's why this kidnapping happened. You said that something like that, maybe.
Yes, absolutely. The rumor is, and I have to say that I cannot confirm any of this as I have not spoken to my father in years.
Oh,
But while my father was the open lord of Waterdeep, there is a rumor that he smuggled, embezzled, and hid an immense quantity of gold dragons. And they are the criminal organizations, I assume, have gotten whiff of this, and they are trying to find that stash. It is quite a windfall. I certainly wouldn't put it past my father to do something like this, but I don't entirely know whether it's true or not. But that's certainly most likely what has caused this whole kidnapping deal.
so
And
gold
with
dragons.
that,
With gold dragons, not literally gold dragons. We're talking about money, gold pieces.
yes, a gold dragon is the standard currency of Waterdeep. The gold coin, the Waterdavian coin, is a dragon.
That's what I thought. That's wanted to make sure that was clear for the listeners at home. Okay,
If we're gonna go in these sewers, Kavan should probably take off those fancy purple clothes if we go into those sewers. We don't want to get that cape all muddy.
Yeah, we spent a gold dragon or two on that outfit. Let's keep it in good shape. We never know when we need to
Yes.
impersonate another nobleman.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll just put it in a bag.
Yeah.
Carry on my satchel.
Where are you staying these days? Just on the street? You got a bed someplace?
Yeah, we're all staying at the same place.
Yeah, okay. So just hang him up in the closet there.
We gotta go find this guy. We gotta find Floon.
Oh,
Time is of the essence.
well, I mean,
I've heard that saying before.
it is. But here's the deal:
I just need to quickly arm myself, and then we can go into the sewers.
Oh, you're coming with us?
Absolutely.
He better come with
yes.
us if he cares about his friend.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Penny, how do you do in sewers? Because that water could be a good foot tall, and
Well,
any taller than that, and your hat's gonna get wet.
Kavan, do you think you could carry me?
Yeah, you could stand on my shoulder.
Excellent.
Who runs Bartertown? Master Blaster runs Bartertown.
Penny Kavan runs.
I could keep my hat on, and you can just sit on the brim.
I'm not quite that small.
Well, he's that big.
Yeah, my hat's real big.
A nice stiff brim too. Won't sag when I sit on it.
No.
You can even like kick your feet, like
Swing my legs.
Yeah, swing your legs. That's funny. Well, good. All right. I'm glad we have this
Wow.
guy here.
Yeah, it's a good plan for moving about the sewers.
Where are the sewers? Is there a little
There,
trap door around here? Maybe a
uh,
sewer grate?
oh, for sure. But the real question is, where do we want to start? Because there's yellow signs in there. We got to follow the yellow signs. Who knows where the yellow signs start and begin? I just think we're going to just take a look down the first sewer, and if we see a yellow sign, we go with it. Otherwise, we got to go back up, go to a different territory, a different part of the city, and see if we can get it there.
But
Yeah.
out of character here, I think that the sewers are probably close to where they pop up. You know what I mean? The sewers probably are underground network, so there's going to be the yellow
Yeah.
signs everywhere.
Yeah, you would think so. Yeah, you would hope.
Oh, I was gonna say there's a mage hand with a torch just running around this warehouse right now looking for a sewer entrance.
Renair will interject. Well, I would feel a little bit better if I was armed.
Yeah.
I do like the idea of investigating. I imagine that the entrance that they took would not be too far from here. Uh, but do any of you have a spare short sword? A rapier would be lovely. Anything I may arm myself with? If not, I do believe I know a place where I could procure something rather quickly.
Well, do you still have that letter opener that you got from Zolob's place?
Unfortunately, it was Floon that purchased the letter.
Ah.
I pushed this fine little kerchief.
Okay, well, here, I pull out my rapier and I hand it to him. You can
Did you
use
actually have
this.
a rapier?
I have a dagger and a rapier and a short bow.
Oh, okay. Well, he takes it, straps it on rather deftly. He has the air of one who is certainly not a novice to swordplay. I thank you greatly. Let us investigate.
I mean, do I need a rapier now? You know what I'm saying? Brett rolled an investigation roll. Perfect.
It's an 11. I think that mage hand is just still flying around really fast, and just kind of leaving a trail of sparks behind it. Yeah.
So Chaz Quartermain is investigating with his floating mage hand torch around the vicinity. Hasn't even really encountered a sewer entrance yet. What is everyone else doing to investigate? How are you going to track this down?
Well, I've lived in cities all my life, so I understand that the streets there's a lay in the street. For instance, it's all built a certain way so things drain properly into the sewers, and there's usually like manholes, spaced out periodically. So yeah, I'm just gonna look in the street like you normally would,
Yeah, you could give me an investigation check as well.
Nailed it.
All right. Dolan with a roll of a 19. Your just innate knowledge of the city, and back in the day you certainly used the sewers not for their intended use, but as a getaway. So you find what you believe to be the most likely entry point. It is a manhole near a storm drain, not too far from the warehouse. And as far as you could tell, it even appears that it has been messed with recently.
Like footprints and like scuff marks or anything like that?
Yeah, essentially there's just some fresh little scratches on it that is exposing fresh unrusted metal underneath. So it looks like someone recently used a tool to lift up this grate.
All right, well, if we're going to go down there, I better climb up to Kavan's hat and take a seat.
Penelope, you could easily get a little perch on Kavan's shoulder because it's quite possible that the sewer water down there is a little bit higher than your stature.
Actually, you know what? Here's the deal. Because my background was an urchin, I kind of lived on the streets as a kid. I do have the special ability, City Secrets, and I just know just cities just innately in my system, so I could always find passage through an urban sprawl. I know all the shortcuts just inside of my blood. So yeah, I think my background being a child of the streets really helped me find that sewer.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is when character development comes blooming out, you know?
Mhm.
This is
Absolutely.
this is what D&D is all about, guys.
It's all about.
You found that great like 10 minutes ago, dude.
I
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
it's just I have 2 character sheets, so
Okay,
anyway.
cool.
As Dolan just is regaling all of you with like just his the whole reason I found this great is
Yeah.
because as a child.
Then one winter we ran out of rat tails. And then we decided we found a bunch of shoes and we boiled up the leather on the shoes. And that's what we ate that winter.
Baby shoes for sale, never
Yeah.
been worn.
That's a great
Kind of that
poem.
story. Yeah.
That's a good poem. Yeah, I do that, I guess. I guess Nolan, see, he wasn't always an overweight guy. He was a starving, skinny little kid on the street. So, sometimes you gotta go back to your roots to stay humble, Think about where you're coming from. Found that sewer, huh?
As you take the manhole cover off, there is a iron ladder welded in there that descends deep into the sewers. You, all 5 of you now, make your way down. The smell is not great. It is what you expect it to smell like deep in the sewers. There are several branching paths that go off. You begin your search, and it does not take you long before you find a yellow chalk mark on one of the
Oh.
walls. This is a very peculiar symbol, one you haven't seen before. It is a palm-sized circle with 10 equidistant spokes radiating out from its circumference.
Okay.
So essentially, it's like a circle with 10 lines that radiate out from it, all the same distance around.
Now, I've never seen this before in my thieves' cant.
Why don't you give me a history check?
Don't know much about history.
Don't know much biology.
12.
While you don't know this exact symbol, the nature of it you feel like is probably in line with the iconography that the Xanathar Guild would use,
Okay.
because of whether it be myth or truth, it's supposedly led by a mighty
Yeah.
eye tyrant.
This is I tired. Good. So this is a I'm not familiar with this particular symbol,
But this is absolutely
this is-
something that a guild would use to mark a path.
Got it.
Continuing down that path, you find several others at every kind of intersection. There is another symbol that shows you where to twist and turn. And after about an hour's worth of following this trail of yellow symbols through the sewers, you take a turn into a long corridor. And at the end of that corridor, you see another yellow symbol. And as you approach it, you start looking left and right to see where the next one might be. And as you turn and look to your right, there is something floating in the distance. As you raise your torches up to get a better look at it, a grotesque floating head with one eyeball in the middle and a few eyeballish stalks sticking out of it
Oh, no.
is staring back at you. And one of these little stalks, its eye points towards you, and some sort of energy shoots out from it.
Jeez.
Let us roll initiative.
Yikes.
Oh, okay. Fighting the beholder, huh? Oh, Jesus. Not good. It's not good at all.
These things are in Big Trouble Little China, just so you know. Right?
Oh
You know,
yeah.
one of those in Big Trouble Little
Actually, this thing exactly is in Big Trouble Little China.
China. Yeah.
Is it? What
But I
size
think one in
is
Big
it?
Trouble Little China has a mouth.
It is tiny.
Oh, it's a tiny one. Weird.
Oh,
It's a tiny aberration.
but beware, small things can be powerful. We know
Oh
this.
yes.
You know
indeed.
what? Let's forget about Penelope. I know you're on a quest to find an animal companion, right, to suit you. But I think
Yeah.
this tiny beholder might be a better choice than any sort of.
You just fly around on it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't think it wouldn't work. I don't think it would work.
I don't think my fellow gnomes would approve of that.
Is that right?
Penelope, you being the swiftest and also the tiniest, you take great care and are leery of this tiny creature, and you are the quickest to act.
Yes, from atop Kavan's mighty shoulder, I do my best to stand up, and with one hand, I am holding on to a little lock of his hair as I'm steadying myself, and with the other hand, I pull out my crossbow and I take a shot at this thing.
A 21 versus this creature's AC is more than enough to hit it. You pummel it with a mighty amount of damage as 7 piercing damage breaks through. It lodges right next to its big ol' eye, and its weird, grotesque mouth opens with an unearthly scream.
Gotcha.
Chaz, it is now your turn.
Yeah, so Chaz's mage hand has been carrying a torch ahead of the party this whole time. That hand's gonna go and drop the torch kind of near the little eyeballman here, and that hand is gonna try to after it drops the torch, it's gonna try to poke it in the big eye.
The hand leaps forward. Make actually just like a spell range attack. So that is a 15. You poke it directly in its eyes. The creature closes its big eye, and I am going to, for the next round, give it the blind status. That you have poked it and blinded it.
I mean, it's still got more eyes, but
Yeah.
I got the big one. I got
The big one's that's the important one to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's the prime eye.
yeah. I prime.
Dolan Shingle Splinter.
You know,
What doest thou?
you know what I'm gonna do? I am going to. I have a short bow. I am going to pull it. Actually, would I have a short bow in the middle of the sewer?
You said you did.
I mean, I do, but would I have it out?
Good
Or
thing
would
you
I
gave
have
away one of your weapons already.
Why? I mean, listen. Since you gave away your rapier, why wouldn't you have the short bow out?
Because I still have a dagger. Yeah, I'll do the short bow, and I'll draw a bead on it. Aim for the eyelid
A
that's
short
closed.
bead.
A short bead. 18 hits.
Ooh, indeed it does.
And I don't have the ability to use a rogue action yet, so I can't hide for free. That's in a couple levels.
Listen, you used to be able to do that, no
Right.
problem.
Yeah.
But it's been a while. You need to loosen up the joints a little bit.
Yeah, practice.
Yeah, you
I'm
tried,
out
but
of
you like
practice.
slip.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
remember like doing cool things like that 15 years ago.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, when there was on one of the sides like a kind of like a bunch of like collapsed barrels, and my instinct is to quickly dart behind that barrel and then pop up and shoot. But as soon as I made that quick, I felt something pull in my Achilles tendon, and then my forward foot slipped on a piece of sewer goo, and then I just had to pull up and just do the shot regular. So yeah, not what I wanted. The
Your
body fights
shot
us.
flies quite true, though, and pierces its closed eyelid. It drops into the sewage water as soon as your arrow pierces that, and it seems to be dead.
I feel like, guys, I feel a little weird about what we just did. Yes, beholders are manipulative and evil creatures, but that was just a baby. I think it was a baby.
You could give me. Actually, do you know who would have possibly the best chance at this? Why doesn't Chaz? Why don't Chaz you give me an Arcana check?
Oh my goodness, did we kill a baby?
That's what I'm saying, guys.
I didn't do anything.
I
You guys.
participated.
Okay.
I got a 21 on Arcana. That one class is coming back to me. I kind
Yeah.
of remember I was up late that night, partying with the guys. But for some reason, sometimes, even after a really busy night, for some reason you're just sharp the next morning.
Yeah, you're just a smart guy.
Yeah, Professor Tiddlywinks was definitely telling us about beholders and the life cycle that day, and I was awake, I was on it, I was forming memories in that class that day. Yeah.
Chaz, you could easily explain to everyone. You know that this was not a beholder. It is a creature called a gazer. Now, they are thought to come from the same quasi strange reality that the beholders are legend to come from. The beholders are legend to have be from another world, another reality, that somehow they were brought into this one. And this is a creature, they are minions of the beholder. So they, serve them and are able to sometimes even be the eyes and ears of their master. But they, although they do definitely have some of the characteristics, they're able to do some terrible magics from their eye stalks. You were luckily enough all very quick to act and never had to see the terrible things that could come from their four little eye stalks. But this thing is known as a gazer, and it is merely a minion of the beholders.
Yeah,
But they could certainly be, enthralled by.
Okay.
It's not unheard of for wizards or mages to have these creatures under their control, and they could be used by many magical creatures.
So we didn't kill a baby. Whew, what a relief.
yeah. Ethically, I'm pretty okay with this. Yeah.
Hey, this is certainly a full-grown gazer. It would definitely have definitely lived a long, full, and eventful life until it was quenched by your arrows.
So, a geezer, the gazers, they have less stalks than a beholder, right?
Yeah,
Beholder
only 4
have
stalks.
Beholders have more, like 8,
Beholders, I believe, have 10.
10. Okay.
Yeah, Chaz is gonna reach down and try to find this thing, pick it up by one of the stalks, and hand it over to you there, Dolan.
Oh no, I'm good, thank you. I can
Well,
count
you-
them.
you
1,
want
2,
your
3, 4. Good.
Yeah, count them. Yeah.
Do you want your arrow back?
Oh no,
I'm gonna hold it up to Dolan. Yeah.
no, we're good.
We might not find any down here in the sewer.
Oh, I got
Hold it
plenty
up
of
to
them.
Penny. You want your bolt back? There's
Yes, I still feel a little guilt, but yes, thank you. I'll keep this one, even with the memories of what it has done.
A yellow-greenish ichor coats the crossbow bolt that surprisingly comes off quite easily. It seems to be very oily.
I just shake a lot of the goo off, I guess.
Yeah, it does not mix with the water sewage and just kind of floats on the surface and flows away.
Yeah.
Renar will chime in. Well, the good news is it appears that we're definitely on the right track.
yeah. Xanathar sends his regards. Am I right? Yeah. Hey, Kavan, do you want this arrow that Dolan didn't want?
Sure, I'll take it.
All right. And then Chaz chucks the gazer back into the sewer.
I could just hear the little splash now.
If you continue down the path that this last yellow chalk mark guided you to, there becomes almost an intersection. It's a three-way intersection where the sewer branches off in two other directions, but there is an alcove that dips and it's actually paved where you're able to step up out of the sludge onto semi-dry stone. And here there is a final, much larger chalk marking. This one, the circle's the size of a head, and it kind of covers up that entire wall right in front of you. There's no immediate visible like way forward beyond this, but if you spend a little bit time checking the other three corridors, there doesn't seem to be any more chalk markings. I would like to have some active stealth checks from everyone.
Okay. Easy.
I got a 5. That torch is just, it's going down one hallway. The mage hand torch is going down the other hallway, trying out the third hallway. It's just kind of, making like circles around the big chalk mark, looking for hidden buttons. That mage hand is not being stealthy right now. It got us 5.
Unfortunately, the five of you, there are 2 successful, very stealthy rolls from Kavan, and on his shoulder, the mighty Penelope. Everyone else making a little bit of noise. Even Renar is not being as stealthy as he could. This lack of stealth as you approach, unfortunately, allows for a black arrow to fly out of the darkness.
Oh,
And it does not hit anyone as it flies too high. But you do hear a voice from somewhere beyond the wall that you are facing. And it says,
You better leave. No place for you here.
and you hear another voice.
Oh, wow, that was very forceful. I like that. You sound very strong.
Hold on. I got this, guys. The sun is set, but the raven speaks. The sun is set, but the raven speaks.
Will this password the clever Chaz has remembered finally bear fruit? We'll find out next time on the 20-Sided Realms.
Wizard eats food badly.
Intro music composed by Symphonikev, and again the soundscapes created by Sirenscape.com. Thank you so much for listening to the 20-Sided Realms. If you liked what you heard, please share it with others. Until next time.